Welcome to this Windows channel, and this is the Tech News Update. We are Thursday, June 7th, 2018, and today in our Tech News Update we have Windows 10 Insider Preview. Another Redstone 5 build was actually released yesterday. Build 17686 was released to the fast ring, and one of the questions that a lot of people are asking right now, where are the slow ring builds? Well, we can only hope that eventually one of them will be released to the slow ring, but for now, only fast ring builds of Redstone 5 has a few little improvements, and if you want to know more, just look at my review video, and you can also look at my Insider channel for a little more details on what is in the Insider previews. Well, the AMD at Computex has shown an amazing 32-core Threadripper 2 processor that can run 64 threads, and it is an amazing beast. And of course, they said they will start to ship later this year, and it shows that AMD wants to be a dominant player in not just the processor market, but in the powerful processor market. Some new PCs have started to ship with Alexa Assistant, and this might actually really become a standard. It seems that more and more companies will be shipping in the coming months with the Alexa Assistant, and we're still waiting. Will there be a way to download the Alexa Assistant for those that want it? That's also something that we're waiting for. Well, my heritage is something scary happening there. So first of all, the good news is that, well, let's start with the bad news. The bad news is 92 million accounts were breached, meaning that they accessed encrypted emails and passwords. So change your password. Now, the good news, the DNA testing that they do was not affected in that breach. And this is really good news, because one of the things that a lot of people don't think of is that the DNA testing in here could be of really valuable. And this is the scary thing about, companies like MyHeritage or 23andMe and so on, that actually let you, send a sample to so they can do DNA testing and have your profile. And there's so much information, and DNA cannot be changed ever. So this is scary. Thank God DNA was not involved in the breach, but will someday someone have that type of breach? You got to be very careful here. Well, 3 months ago, a website security flaw or server security flaw was shown that, cryptocurrency mining hack were actually being installed because of that flaw. And of course, there's a patch that was released. Well, a new survey says that more than 115,000 websites tested for that patch, for that flaw, well, still have not been patched. And these include government websites, university websites, media companies, some of them really well known. For example, University of California. So this is the scary part. When something happens, why are these patches so long to install on servers and websites? So hopefully this alarm will change something. Intel says that a new type of display it is working on will give you up to 28 hours of battery life on a laptop. One of the problems with laptops most of the time is that the display is one of the biggest user of power on your laptop. So meaning your display draws a lot of power from your battery. Well, they actually have made a display that runs on as low as 1 watt of power, and they say that this will increase the laptop battery life a lot. That's going to be interesting, and hopefully will make its way to laptops soon. Statistics or internal survey at Microsoft is interesting. So the first part of the internal survey says that many employees are not satisfied with their pay and their bonuses and benefits. They say that the base pay and bonuses are not as high as other companies for the same job. Yet 61% are satisfied, but it is down 4% compared to last year. And other interesting stats in that internal survey, Microsoft basically, it shows that 91% of employees say they are working in a fair and a place that treats them with respect and dignity. And 89% say they would recommend to anyone to go work there, as it is a great place to work for. In the question of is Microsoft focused on helping consumers, only 57% say yes it is. So kind of interesting, this little internal survey at Microsoft. Study shows that basically most people that buy PCs buy a PC with too much RAM. And you know there's a big debate, and we'll talk more about this. I'll have a separate video talking about RAM. There's a big debate. A lot of people say, well, the more RAM the better and everything. Well, the study, after examining and looking at how PCs work, and they were looking at Windows 10 PCs, say that for most people, 4 gigabytes is enough, and they don't really need more than that. In basically another look at it, they say, well, to be on the safe side, most PCs sold should always have at least 8 gigabytes of RAM, and that would ensure that the majority, if not almost everyone, would have enough RAM. Of course, depending on what you do, typically more RAM is for more processes that you're actually doing at the same time. And of course, there are some exceptions to the rule, like gaming and heavy use of programs like, for example, video editing or pictures editing, like with Photoshop. But the survey does kind of show that a lot of people could go and work well with 4 gigabytes. Well, an interesting survey hints that there's a relatively bad security behind our security cameras in our cities that are spying on us everywhere. A research team says they were even able to use security flaws in some of them to access and view what's happening and basically just record whatever is happening around that camera. They say that one of the things that a lot of these cameras have as a problem is that the cities and the companies behind them aren't updating them often enough. So there are some security flaws that sometimes can actually make these cameras be used by bad guys to do bad things, of course. And this was the Tech News Update for Thursday, June 7th, 2018. Enjoy our videos. Please subscribe, give us a thumbs up. Thank you for watching.